I like this, except I'm blocking part of it. These things will last forever. Faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13:13. Did a song about that on my last record. Hopefully I have a new record coming up pretty soon. But good morning. It's Rob. Look how scruffy I look. But I'm wearing a really cool shirt my wife got me. We're one of those Facebook ad groupies, which really, really sucks. Because there's some Facebook just knows exactly what to put in our way, and we go, I want that, and I have to have that. And this is like it's a Beatles mock-up, but it's the Dodgers. Sad season. That's why I got it in black instead of blue. My son got it in blue. But I thought I just meant to do this yesterday, but I was too tired, and I just finished preparing music for this morning's church service. 7:39 a.m. here. I got to get out pretty soon and get ready, shampooed and shined. But I wanted to talk about the positivity that could come out in this community that I just saw in the face of a YouTube channel that I really, really like, called SBSK, which stands for Special Books by Special Kids, established by a guy named Christopher Ulmer. And I think that the original part of this was, I don't know why he called it books, and I'm sure there's a story about it. I've discovered his channel probably about a year and a half ago, where Christopher will introduce the world to special needs kids and adults. And at first, when I looked at it, and some might look at it, I thought, wow, it's kind of like exploitation and the guy's making money off it. And it's very easy to be negative because, again, our temptation in this medium is to be trolling and negative and mean, and all of those things. And that's a horrible thing. I can't believe that we're like that. It really sucks. I think that this is live. I think there's one person watching, so hello to the one person watching if you're up. This control board from here looks a little bit different than it usually does elsewhere. But I will say to you that if you're squeamish about things, this is probably the time maybe to leave. Because this is a story about the latest that Christopher had put up on the SBSK channel. I'll try and put a link down below later. Put a link in the comments now to this young man's GoFundMe page, and why it's tough for the squeamishes. And I'll tell you the story before I post the GoFundMe. This is about a young man named Zaid, who is a teenager. I can't remember how old he is. I'm not sure that it ever says, other than he's a teenager now. And when he was 2 years old, his bed accidentally caught fire, causing him severe burns. And by severe burns, I mean the kind where you look like you're melting and there's probably zero reason for you to still be alive. And when you see this young man, you'll imagine like how he possibly could be, and he's considered to be a miracle. And Chris presents his issue because he comes from, it looks like it was just a single mother, maybe as a result of this event, who's now married, but can't afford to pay for any form of reconstructive surgery to help out this young man. I'll put the link into the comments now, and I think I'll share the screen, and then you'll see. Now, horribly disfigured, doesn't have a nose, doesn't have ears. I mean, the mouth is horribly misshapen, but he's such a good guy, a great young man, smart, knows 2 languages, was translating for his mother and his stepfather in this video that you can see here, and I think I'll link the video too. But this shows how the community can be so good. YouTube is very protective of situations like this, and it's kind of sad because about 8 to 10 months ago, they disabled comments on his channel, and the primary reason because of trolls. That a lot of these people that are presented by Chris are minors, and people are just horribly cruel. But look at this amount of money on the right hand side. He asked for $50,000 in the hopes that, that was going to be enough money to maybe begin some form of reconstructive surgery for this young man. And it turns out that as of right now, nearly $255,000 was raised. And if you can afford anything the small, like even as tiny as $1, I encourage you to help in this kind of positivity. And it's the kind of positivity that I hope to be more involved with here rather than the same old rehashing. It's funny about people that talk about reruns and then rerun it. But hypocrisy is the name of the game here. And as Christians, my hope would be that the name of the game would be faith, hope, and love, the greatest of these being love. And this is the perfect example. I don't know whether Christopher is a Christian or not. I tend to believe he probably is. But even if he's not, there's great good that can come from people who aren't Christian. And unlike some people here who think that somehow if Christopher isn't Christian, we shouldn't share yokes, if you will, I would submit that this kind of yoke here, what we see, is exactly the kind of thing that Jesus would be more pleased with than, say, pointing people's YouTube channels to, porn domains to people's YouTube channels. I don't know, call me crazy. So I wish you a great week coming up. I just wanted to promote this because I was very inspired. As sad as the situation looks, you see this young man, and he's obviously got some great difficulties. It is a situation where there's just great hope here, and hopefully he can get enough reconstructive surgery to make his life a lot easier in going out and doing the things that he's already doing, but he could do it with, I guess, less strife. One of the things he says in the video is that one of the positive things about his condition in the aftermath of it, if you will, is that he, and I might be I'm paraphrasing, I think, is the fact that he can't see people's reactions. He'll never be able to see people's reactions, but he knows the reactions are pretty severe and that people think he's a monster or whatever, particularly little children are most honest about that, or YouTube trolls. But he has a very positive attitude, and I'm sure that this money, I'm hopeful, I'm prayerful that this money will go a long way to help ease his pain and to ease his mother's pain. You can see in the video. But I encourage you, if you haven't subscribed to SBSK, do so. Introduces a lot of interesting people, mostly young people. Doesn't necessarily ask for money. I think this is the first time that I've seen that there was a request for money, but rightfully so. Usually it's just introducing young people with certain diseases and asks legitimate questions and treats them like regular human beings. And I think it's a great thing that he's doing, a great service. So subscribe to him. And thank you for watching. I'm going to get ready for church. God bless you. And I'll be talking with you soon.